Hello, in this video I'm going to share with you some tips to help you take better photos, starting with lighting. Ideally you're going to want to use natural light and make sure that the photo isn't overexposed. This is when the background kind of becomes like a white blur, or anything too bright becomes no longer visible. On iPhone, to change this, if you click at where you're focusing and you drag the sun icon down, this will then lower it, so the photo is no longer overexposed. You may also choose to use artificial light. This can be beneficial in circumstances where the natural lighting isn't favourable. However, this does take skill, so I wouldn't recommend it if you're first starting out. The next thing to consider is composition. The composition of your photo is just how the things that you can see in the photo are laid out. Generally, for composition, I think a simple rule to stick to is the rule of thirds. So on your camera you should be able to set up a grid, and you want to make sure that your subject is taking up either 1/3 or 2/3 of the space. Whatever you want the subject of the photo to be should be taking the majority of the space in the photo. This can also be applied to the outfit that you wear, where you want your trousers to take up 2/3 and your top to take up 1/3 of the outfit. This will make it appear like you have more favourable proportions. Obviously this kind of rule isn't applied in every single situation in photography, but it can be a good starting point. Next up is backgrounds. The ideal background really does depend, it can vary. It really depends what you want the focus of the photo to be on. So if you want the subject of the photo to be yourself, then you're going to want a plain background that doesn't detract too much from the focus being on you. For instance, if you're traveling, you might want that to be the subject of the photo, in opposed to you being the subject. If you want good kind of background recommendations, I think if you look at Pinterest or TikTok and see where other people are taking photos, you could also use Instagram and look at your local area and see where people might be posting. Now, posing. With posing, you want to make it look as natural as possible. This can be difficult for a lot of people, so practice is needed. Inspiration, I'd recommend you look at social media, but generally, if you look at what most models do, they kind of like create triangles with their body, and they look relaxed and comfortable in front of the camera. Also, with posing, it doesn't just have to be you standing there, it could be you doing something or a kind of candid photo. It all kind of really depends on the vibe you're going for with the photo. Next up, your outfit. A bad outfit can really take away from a good photo, so it's important that you do dress well. If you think you don't currently dress well, I have videos kind of trying to help you with this, but also I just recommend looking online for inspiration, trying to find your personal style and cultivating that to create some good outfits for yourself. My last tip might seem kind of obvious, but I feel like it's not mentioned enough, and it is practice. Like any other skill, if you practice, you'll get better at it. So your first photos are going to be terrible, and I think that's kind of something that you should accept, but the more you practice, the better you'll get, and hopefully the nicer photos you'll have to share on social media. I hope this video has helped you improve your ability to take photos of yourself, or maybe potentially someone else. So on that note, I'd like to thank you for watching, and goodbye.